B-boy sounds like a horse. Hi guys. I am going to be doing some tarot later on, but I just wanted to talk about my readings and how I do it, because I received an email yesterday from someone and I thought I would like to just clarify with you how I do my readings. Hi guys, how is everyone doing? Can you lot hear me? Can you hear me okay? Yeah, I got a bit of a cold. My mum had a really sore throat. It wasn't COVID because we all got tested and we are good. But she's got a sore throat and now we're just passing it around to each other, you know, share the love. So I wanted to talk to you about how I do my readings. So I got an email from somebody that follows me. You know who you are. I will be doing tarot later on, free as well as gifted, but I just wanted to let you know how I do my readings. So I got an email last night saying, hi Anna, I follow you, and you've given me a couple of free readings, which I really appreciate. But I asked you a question on Thursday about if my person will commit to me, and you said yes. Okay. And then she said, but then so this was Saturday, she asked me this question. And then she said to me, and then on Thursday, I asked you if my person has genuine feelings for me and if I should move on or not. And then you said, yes, I should. Your person does not have genuine feelings for you, and that, yes, you should move on. Can you clarify what you mean by this? Because this was a space of a couple of days and then your answers changed. And I said, no, my answer didn't change. Reevaluate your question. Your first question to me was, will my person commit to me? And I said, yes. Now, someone can commit to you easy and not have feelings for you, correct? And then I said to her, has it ever occurred to you that divine is trying to tell you that you should move on before you commit yourself to someone who doesn't have genuine feelings for you? If you keep asking different questions, and it happens to me, guys, it happens to me all the time. So I'll ask my cards questions about me. I ain't satisfied with the answer, so I'll ask it again. And then I end up getting yes, no, yes, no, yes, no. So my guides are telling me, this implies that you don't trust in the answers that we give you. So you're going to get all the different answers, or you're going to get the answers that you're either looking for or you're not looking for. And when I do readings for my clients, my private clients, I always tell them, they're like, can I come back in 2 weeks? And I'm like, no, it's a 3 to 6 month period. Let the message unfold and then come back and ask questions again. That's how my reading works. So if you're asking me questions every day, and you're asking the same question in a different way, this implies that you don't trust in the answers, you don't trust in your own self, and if you keep asking questions, you're already feeling something, but you just don't want to accept what you're feeling, so you look for answers external, and that's cool. But if you're going to ask a question in a different way and you get different answers, that's it. Hey Kingsley, hey honey, 3 cats, God's gift, Coty, Francisco, thank you for my rose. I didn't really want to put anything up there, but it wasn't allowing me to not. So when I do my readings, I need you to know, guys, I have to raise my vibration. It's very easy to do when you meditate. And then I start to feel and sense and hear things that implies to you and your question, that relates to you and your question. So I'm going to tell you everything that I sense, see, feel and hear with tarot. Now, I get it wrong maybe 7% of the time. And people will come back later on and go, that didn't make sense to me. But then I realized it took a certain amount of, it's called divine timing, guys. So if I'm telling you I'm seeing loads of money coming in, you're getting a pay rise, and you're like, when, where? And I even give you a time frame, sometimes 10 weeks, 10 days, 10 months, the 10th of a month. But you have to let the message unfold. It is unhealthy. Unhealthy. And I'm telling you this because I love you guys. I don't take advantage of any of you. You have free will to gift or to not gift me, because I do free readings as well, because I want to make sure that I cater to everyone who can and cannot afford gifts. I cater to everyone. So when I am reading for you, it is draining. It's draining because I have to tune out. I have to get rid of my own personal thoughts and feelings. And then I start to receive guidance and messages for you. Now, I always get messages saying this is the work of the devil. And, you know, and guys, my father is a Jehovah's Witness. I've got a whole bunch of different religious beliefs in my family. And I respect each and every one of those religions. I do. My brother is a converted Muslim and has been for 20 years. And I love listening to him talk about the Quran. And there are things that he talks about that resonates with my soul. My mother will talk about her experiences being Catholic, Christian, I forget. And then it resonates with my soul. And then my father is a Jehovah's Witness. When he talks about the stuff that the Jehovah's Witnesses do, it resonates with my soul. Some things don't, some things do. And that's okay. We're all on our own level of understanding. We're all on our own spiritual path. Sis, Jesus is coming soon. Repent, it's not too late. Oh, thank you, user 1269. I believe in Jesus Christ. And when somebody has 4 open heart surgeries, 9 hours long, and going in for a 5th one, I know about death and I know about life. I don't need to repent. You're trapped in a little box. I respect your beliefs and your views. If you don't respect and believe in what I do, you don't need to be here. I love Jesus Christ, so thank you for that. But you can repent on your own. I don't need someone to tell me that what I'm doing is right or wrong, because when I die, I don't take you with me. I go on my own. I don't take my mother, my children, my husband. I don't take no one with me. I'm on my own level of understanding, and you are too. If what resonates with you resonates with me, that means we're a part of a soul tribe. That means you're somebody that doesn't just take one lesson. So I was brought up Christian, Catholic. There are some things that resonates with my soul, but then I was like, I think God, the universe, is bigger than just in the pages of a Bible. I need to go and investigate. And that's what I tell everyone to do. Investigate, because we are cultured. We are born spirit into the physical body. You're a soul having a human experience. And we have come into the human world, this earth world school, to learn really important lessons. And it's about your own soul evolution and your soul growth. So you have to understand that there are some of us that are on the same energy frequency. People say to me, what is your religion? I say all and none. My religion is love. I have respect for all of those religious denominations out there. And I will never tell you that what you believe in is wrong. I think that is wrong. Who am I? Jesus Christ is the word. And here we go again. Then don't be here, Redbeard. I believe in Jesus Christ too. You don't need to be here. You don't believe in what I do. It's okay. You don't know me. I don't know you. Keep your beliefs to yourself. This is what I'm saying. If you don't believe in why are you here? Scroll on. Scroll on somewhere else. Scroll on to somewhere else. It's as simple as that. I'm trying to upload yesterday's video, but for some reason it's not allowing me to. Sometimes TikTok allows me to, and sometimes it doesn't, like technical difficulties. It's really annoying. I believe in everything. I believe that we are supposed to all, if all religions are supposed to lead to love, why the hell are we all warring each other? It's like people are fighting each other. My religion is better than yours. My beliefs are right and yours are wrong. Don't tell me that my beliefs are wrong and yours are right, because when I die, I ain't taking your lessons with me and you're not taking my lessons with you. So have respect for everyone that has their own belief system. It's only right. But we are all the same. Everything you're saying is true. When the soul is born into the physical body, we have to follow what our parents' religious beliefs, and for a certain amount of time as a child, you have to respect your parents and you've got to follow what they do. But when you grow up and you get older, you have your own mind. And for me, I went and did my research. I didn't just believe what my parents told me. When I became old enough, I went to go and do my research. I wanted to find out about Buddhism. I wanted to find out about Islam. I wanted to find out about being Catholic and Christian. And all I could see from all of these different religions is that it's all leading, we're all under one umbrella and all of the religions are right, but yet human beings with their egos fight each other. Well, what you believe in is wrong. Hellfire, you're definitely going to hell. Doing tarot. Tarot is a tool. The praying mat, when you pray in Islam, which my brother uses, is a tool. You go on the mat and you pray. It's a tool. Yes? Tarot is a tool. And we're all divine. We're all sparks of the God source. We all are. I feel like there's a whole bunch of gods walking on earth, and that's you and me. Because if we're connected to that source, that means we are that source is in us. And when I had my near-death experience and my mother had her near-death experience when she had a burst appendix, it shows me that we are all connected to each other. I'm Muslim, my wife is Christian, and my mother is Hindu. I love that. I love that. Jomo Mills, I love that. There's no right and wrong. There isn't. Why can't we all just appreciate each other and what we all believe in and go, you know what, that sounds really good. I love that. Why can't we be respectful of each other? Everything is a tool. Everything. So and please guys, let me just reiterate to you. My father is telling me that this is the devil's work. And I said to my father, am I evil? Am I an evil person? Do you see me as somebody who's horrible? And he goes, no. And then I said to my father, you know, if what I'm doing is wrong, then I don't want to be right. And I'll tell you why. My moderator in here, I call her Mama. She's could be my mum. I connected to her daughter and her grandson because she lost her daughter and her grandson, and I connected to them. And this woman was afraid of death, Geraldine. She was afraid of death, and she wrote a whole testimonial about our reading, about the reading that we had. And I love her so much. And she said, talk about it. And I said to her, your loved ones on the other side are telling me that you need to go to the doctors and get yourself checked out. I don't want to. I'm afraid. I'm afraid of going out there, and I'm afraid to go to the hospital, and I'm afraid to hear. And I said, look, your daughter is telling me my mother needs to get her ass to the hospital. Yeah? And I said, don't listen to me. Your loved ones, they're trying to tell you you need to get your ass to the hospital, get yourself checked out. She finally plucks up the courage to go to the doctors, and she had something wrong with her. I can't remember if it was the kidneys or her liver. And she said, thank you, Anna. Because if you didn't push me to go out there and to go to the doctors and to get the medication, I could have easily gone, I would have been gone. And I still have my grandchild to look after. Now, if doing tarot and connecting to your loved ones is wrong, and I got your ass into the hospital because of a message that came from your loved ones, then I don't want to be right. I don't want to be right. I don't play with people's feelings. I don't mess with people's feelings. And FYI, like energy attracts like energy. So why on earth would I do anything to do with the devil? Why? That energy would be in my home, affecting my child and my mother. And I am very blessed. I'm sorry. I'm so blessed. Turn to Jesus. He loves you. Curvy girl, I think you should turn to Jesus, honey. I love Jesus Christ. You turn to Jesus. This is what I mean. When people don't know who you are and they think they can just make horrible comments, it's like, jog on, please. Love and light to you, but you need to go. You have to make sure that you find your tribe, like-minded people that flow on the same energy as you. Don't be around people that put you down. I don't care if it's your mother or your father or your sisters or your aunties or your uncles. I don't care if it's your children and your husband and your wife. Find people who are like-minded, because these are the people that will raise your vibration. And when you start becoming so spiritual and you put all your religious beliefs aside, the good things that come your way is insane. Take it from someone, or you don't have to. It's up to you. But I have my battle wounds to prove it. I have had 4 open heart surgeries. I was supposed to die when I was 10. I am 42 years old. 42. And they clamped open my chest and they fiddled around with my heart for 9 hours. My first operation, I was 3 weeks old. My second was 3 months old. My third open heart surgery was 8 years old. And my fourth one was 31 years old. And they told my mum I wasn't going to live past 10 because my heart is so complex. One, the left ventricle is bigger than the right ventricle. The wires are not, the connection to my heart, the tubes and all of this stuff is all gone. It's done, and she's not going to live. She cannot have children. She cannot drink. She cannot have tattoos. She cannot smoke. She cannot drive. She cannot go swimming. She cannot exert herself. She can't go to the gym. Well, screw you, because I did all of it. And I've got a 5th open heart surgery to come, and I welcome it in. The great thing about my last open heart surgery is I died. And my soul came out of my body, and I could sense and see everyone. I could tune into one person, and I could see that everyone's past, present, future. I could see the doctor's past, present, future. I could hear their thoughts. Over there on the other side, you communicate by telepathy. Do you know that when your loved ones cross over, they can hear your thoughts? So be very careful what you think, guys. Just saying. When I left my body, I went into, have you ever heard about those stories where they talk about going into the tunnel, into the white light? It's not possible that my mum, when she had a burst appendix, she went into the tunnel, into a white light, and saw her father, who died 50 years ago, and said, Anna is waiting for you. And when she opened her eyes, I was standing at the bed looking at my mother. So I don't know how he knew me, but he knew me. I never met my grandfather because he died before I was born. And when I crossed over, I saw angels, I saw guides, I saw loved ones, and I thought, this is crazy. And I tell you what I said when I left my body and I went into the tunnel, and then I went into this white light. I said, I'm home. This is not real. This is the dream world. That's why we have to go to sleep every night. That's the one thing that I've always wondered. Why does everyone in the universe have to go to sleep? And it's because our physical bodies have to rest, and our soul goes up to make plans for what we need to do going forward. The problem with us is that we have a tendency as human beings to focus on all the shit that we don't want instead of focusing on all the things that we do want. I know that there's a whole bunch of you, 166 of you, some of you do astral traveling. When you just left your body and you come back into the body and you feel so tired, it's because your soul has done a lot of traveling on the other side. Vivid dreams. Somebody asked me, I had a man come here the other day to do my gas meter, and I knew, and I connected to his grandmother and his grandfather, and his mouth was wide open. I didn't mean to do a reading for him, but he was somebody that needed to know clearly. And I said to him, I said, you're supposed to have money. You're supposed to have a lot of money. You should have your own business. And I go, you're supposed to be a king. You're a king. And then he told me his birthday, and a birthday always equates to a playing card, and he was the king of diamonds. There you go. And I'm 26th of December, and my number is 5 of hearts. 5 of hearts. I'm going to have my 5th open heart surgery at some point. Hopefully that's my last. It's insane. This world is much bigger than what you see in front of your nose. It's bigger than that. If you're grieving your loved one, and I lost my best friend in December, fuck cancer, to cancer. And I lost my best friend. I've known this woman for 33 years, and this chick shows me she's with me all day, every day. All day, every day. This chick is with me. She has showed me that she's present in my life. Repeated numbers, the flickering of the lights, butterflies, feathers, ladybirds. She always shows me a ladybird. And guys, when you see a ladybird, you're gonna have some good luck on that day. Know that. When I went up there, I said to God, I don't understand. If there are all these guardian angels and we're all assigned a guardian angel, why don't they help us? Why is there so much war and killing and arguing and fighting and all of these things? Why don't they help us? And God said, because no one believes in angels anymore. And angels can't intervene in your free will. You have to give permission, because I have blessed all of my children with the free will to ask for help, to not ask for help, to stay, to go, to say or not to say. And I thought to myself, my God, that makes so much sense, because our gift is free will. We know what's right and we know what's wrong, but we always do the thing that we know we shouldn't do. That's the human part of us. So for me, I always say to everyone who comes here on my live, don't take my word for it. Put it to the test. Investigate. Say to your guardian angel, if you're there, something as small as, get me parking. Just, I need parking. And it started out with parking. Do angels help you fight addiction? 100%. 100%. You have to give them permission to intervene. And you know, we are in the 7th year. In Vedic astrology, we're in the 7th year. And 7 means spirituality. It means the awakening of our souls. For all of those skeptics out there who thinks that what I do is woo-woo, who thinks that from dust to dust we go and there's no such thing as God, there's no such thing as angels, and our loved ones are dead, we're done and we're gone. Put it to the test. What do you have to lose? You have nothing to lose by saying, my guardian angel, if you exist, give me a sign. Now, I had a woman who follows Islam message me, and you guys believe in jinn. My brother is a Muslim, so I know about all of this. He's been a Muslim for 20 years, and he talks about jinn. And he said to me, he doesn't believe in all of that stuff, but he respects me, and I love him for that. It's so funny, though, because when he talks about the Quran, it's like, hold on a minute, that's what I believe in. But then why don't you believe in what I believe in? Because it's the same thing. But it's okay. You'll finally get there. When you give permission, because God has blessed everyone with free will, when you give permission to your angels, they can intervene. There are certain lessons. I'm not angry, Tensor, not at all. I'm not angry in any sort of way, hun. I don't know what you're talking about. Anyway. And if I'm wrong, I think 75,000 of my followers would probably disagree. Just saying. I cannot be wrong, clearly. I must be hitting something right. When I crossed over to the other side and I said to God, there's war, why don't the angels help? He said, free will. And I had to ask about hell. I wanted to know about hell. Murderers, rapers, killers, those evil people. There are some people in the world, souls that don't connect to the physical body. I'm none of those things. I'm spiritual. I'm all religion and none. My religion, if you ask me, is love. I try to love and appreciate every soul that I come into contact with. When somebody is horrible or evil, I try not to just look at the aesthetics. I try to understand, why is that person the way that they are? Why are they that way? And I realize that hurt people hurt people. When people are hurt in their lives and they're treated horribly in their lives, They can't help but be on that same energy frequency. So hurt people. And I have to try and love those people that hurt me. It's so hard, but I have to. Take it from someone who's been on the street. I didn't have no money to feed my child. I was homeless. I was on the street. I couldn't feed my daughter at one point, and I didn't want to ask anyone for help because I thought I'm gonna be the carer of my family, and I didn't get there. I didn't get there as quickly as I wanted to, but I realized that all of those things that happened to me, it took me to the point that I am where I am today. And I used to complain a lot. And I used to pray. I prayed all the time, and I don't think my prayers were heard. I talked to my guardian angels. I didn't get the answers that I was looking for. But lo and behold, my guides would say to me, are you in that situation right now? In this moment? And I'm like, no. Are you in pain? Is that violent situation that you were in when you got punched in the face and got hit in the back with a broom? I mean, I'm already on the floor. Why are you getting a broom hitting me, bro? I'm already on the floor. Are you still in that situation? No. So it happened, 20 years ago? So why are you still going back there in your mind? So when you prayed and you asked for help to get out of the situation, you're here today, right in the here and now, and you're no longer there. That person is no longer in your life. So your prayers were answered, but we don't see it that way, do we? We have a tendency to focus on all the things that we don't want. We have a tendency to think of all the things that we don't want, and we stop thinking about the things that we do want. And it's called the law of karma. What do you emanate out? Is it good or is it bad? Because if you emanate out bad things, believe it or not, you're going to attract it to you. If you keep wondering why I keep attracting the same sort of people in my matrix, they're all evil, they're bad, they're cheaters, they're liars. Why? And it's because you keep allowing these people to come into your life and to continue to treat, and you haven't learned the lesson. What is the lesson? Forgive. Unfortunately, I said to God, what is one of the lessons that we have to learn? And he said to me, you're not going to like it. And I was like, well, tell me anyway. And God said to me, you have to forgive. You have to forgive those who's done you wrong. You have to forgive those people who've done you wrong because they need more love than you do. They need more love. Forgiveness is good. You know, when you are angry at someone, doesn't it feel heavily burdensome? It's like you're just carrying it like this weight on your shoulder. But when you let go of the old story, you just clear the path for new things to come in. The law of attraction, Lady Black, 100%. So who is God? I struggle with this. Who is God? God is in everything. God is not a person, by the way. So when I crossed over, everyone is expecting to see this man with a big beard. And, God is an energy source. God is a source of pure love. And I wanted to talk about hell. I digressed a little bit. I said to God, is Hitler here? Now, we all know who Hitler is, right? Hitler's the one who killed all of these people. Just, could you imagine the amount of people that man has killed? I'm thinking that man's going straight down to hell. And I said, God, where is hell? What is hell? And God said to me, hell is your actions, your words, and your deeds. And I was like, what? Your actions, your words, and your deeds. So if in life you were an evil person and all you did was think negative thoughts, said negative things, felt negative emotions, that's the law of attraction. In life you are evil, in death you're evil. So if like energy attracts like energy and I'm an evil shit, surely when I cross over to the other side, I'm going to be attracting and pulling to me evil entities and energies, correct? Like energy is attracting like energy. If you're of love source and you are a good person to those who are cruel to you, and you tried so hard not to be that person that you don't want to be, and you're the best version of yourself, you will pull that kind of energy to you. Love attracts love. Evil attracts evil. Hell is your actions, words, and your deeds. Now, when I crossed over to the other side, this is what happened to me. They put 2 screens in front of my face. Left was for my past, for the bad deeds, and the right screen was all the good deeds. Now, on the left screen, and bearing in mind, I had my open heart surgery when I was 31 years old. So it was from 0 to 31 that I had to look through the eyes of all the people that I had hurt, that I had done horrible things to, that I had thought, said, and felt emotions that were negative and evil. I had to go through 0 to 1. And how they do it is, over there, is they made me see the point of view from that person that I hurt. So let's just say I said to my daughter, "You're a little shit. Fuck you. I wish I never gave birth to you." Let's just say I said things like that to my daughter. I then became my daughter. I then started to feel the pain that I had caused upon her. And I had to do this through strangers, family members, friends. And I'm telling you right now, I felt like shit. And I actually said telepathy, because I didn't have a mouth. I said to God, I don't belong here. I belong in hell. All of those people that I hurt, that I thought bad things to, the person that cut me off in the car, "You fucking cunt," these things. Words are real, vibrations, power. And I thought to myself, I had to look at all of these people throughout my 31 years of all the people that I hurt, strangers, family alike, co-workers, whatever, everyone. And I thought to myself, oh my God, I don't belong here. I should be in hell. Like, I haven't even killed anybody, but yet I shouldn't be here. And then I heard God say, well, we don't make mistakes. And then he showed me the other screen. And all the stupid little things that I didn't think mattered to the source of love. Me holding the door open for an old woman, giving my last coin to a homeless person on the street. These are things, throwing a smile at somebody who was suicidal, and this silly little smile of mine changed her point of view. It was like I became a ripple effect. All my actions, my words, and my deeds rippled out into this body of water, and they became the smile. They became the gifter. I gave you £1 because you are the homeless person. This person, I changed their energy, and it was all through a smile or just holding the door open for someone. Such small things. That's why when I didn't want to come back, by the way, just to let you know. So when I had my open heart surgery and I left my body and I was in heaven, and I was like, I'm home. I'm home. I'm home. This life of Annalisa, this home, my family, I love them. I cared for them. I could see what was going to happen going forward. I could see what was going to happen with my daughter. I was good with it. And I've died many times, because dying is easy. Living is a little bit harder. So why didn't you want to come back? Because I was home. Because life is so tumultuous. Because there is war and killing and hate and all of this stuff. But I didn't have a choice. I didn't have a choice. And I had a bit of an argument with God. I was like, I ain't going back there. And people always say to me, but you have a child. Like, surely you'd want to go back to your child. You have a mother that needs you, and you have people that love you. And I was like, yeah, but I know eventually they'll all come in here anyway. Life is so short, right? A blink of an eye, I could get hit by a bus and I'm done. My chapter is over. The soul in this physical body, this is only a vehicle that holds your soul so you can have the human experience. And I just said, I don't want to come back there. But God just said, no, you got to tell your story, and you got to show your scars, and you got to tell people. And there are going to be people out there, Anna, that's going to say things to you that might hurt your feelings. But somebody, even one person, will get the memo. And if you can change one person's life by your story, that's all that matters. And I think I've changed more than one, and I'm good with that. I'm good with that. See you in heaven, guys, because we'll go in there. It doesn't matter what we've done in our lives. We're an avatar. You're an avatar. Your soul is connected by a silver cord to this physical body. And when you cross over, that silver cord will disconnect from your body and then you go home. It's like when the baby is inside the mother, they have to cut the umbilical cord. It's the same thing. Our soul is connected to this physical body. Then why are you here, Kirsten? I don't trust you, yet you keep talking. Then go somewhere else, sweetheart. You don't need to be here. Why are you here? Love and light to you, sweetheart. So, actions, words, and deeds are very powerful. So be careful of what you send out, because what you put out comes back in. There is no such thing as death, and that's the one thing that I need to tell everyone. The only difference between you and your loved one is that their soul is out of the body. Our souls are still in the body having a human experience. There are like 5 to 9 exit points in somebody's life. Have you ever had a near-death experience? Have you ever been in an accident where you know you should have died and yet you're still here? There are 5 to 9 exit points in people's lives where you could sign out if you want, because we all have free will. Even in death, we still have free will. So again, hell is your actions, your words, and your deeds. Hell is who you were in life. If you were an evil person in life, you ain't going to change in death. You're still that same soul, that same energy frequency. I'm afraid to die. Catherine, take it from somebody who's... I'm still trying to get my mum. She's 77 years old. She had a burst appendix. And she also told me she went into the tunnel, into this white light. She saw all of her loved ones, everyone that had passed. And it's like, even she was like, there's no such thing as death. How is it that two different people completely have the same experiences? It's insane. And obviously when you go through something like that, I did my research only to find out that there are billions of people all over the world who's had a near-death experience, who's gone into the tunnel, into the white light, saw angels and their loved ones. So many people have had this experience. And I realized I am not on my own. There are so many people out there. The soul lives on 100%, Samantha. The physical body dies, but the soul lives forever. We are spiritual beings having a human experience, 100%. All of my experience is related to the sea. That is weird, right? No, Annie, I think I was a mermaid in another life. I love the sea. The sea just, I don't know how to explain it, but I am a seagull as well. I love the ocean. I love water. Back again. But God sees fit that you have to learn all the lessons in life. Be the good, be the bad, be the child, be the mother, be the father, be the brother. So we have a soul contract with our immediate family. So, okay, I'm attracted to Titanic. You would have Sonia. You would have had a life in where Titanic you would probably had a life back in those days around the Titanic. 100%. There are children, babies, like 4 or 5 years old, that will say to you, "Ooh, during the Titanic, I was on the Titanic," and you're like, "What the hell are you talking about?" Because their soul has been reincarnated. There's a thing on I think it's Prime, called Ghost Inside My Child. And these are young children that are talking about things from the past. There are children that are dressing like in the 60s, 50s, 40s outfits at the age of like 9 or 10 because they're drawn to that sort of clothing. And you're like, why does he do this? And then the child who's got blonde hair and blue eyes is like, I had a life in China. What are you talking about? Oh, I died jumping out of the window. I was in the twin. I jumped out of the window because my building was on fire. And people are like, what are you talking about? And then mothers and fathers do the research, and then they're like, there is a woman that died and she was this age and she fell out of the window, and it's in recorded history. Because we are reincarnated over and over again. And people always come in because I don't want to come back in. Like when I'm done with being Annalisa, I don't want to come back in. But they say when you have children, sorry for all the parents out there, they say that when you have children, you got to come back in again. You got to come back into the world again because you have to learn important lessons. God said you have to learn everything that you can in life, the good, the bad, the evil, all of the stuff that you need to learn so your soul can evolve and grow. So, oh, that's so cool. So all I'm saying is that we reincarnate over and over again. There is no such thing as one life. If you have an affiliation to a country, a place, have you ever gone and traveled to Italy and you're like, why do I feel like I know this place? And then you turn down a road and you're like, I knew this was going to be here. It's that sort of energy. It's because your soul has already been there in a past life. So reincarnation, 100%. Some people don't want to be reincarnated. Those highly evolved souls like Buddha, Jesus Christ, Krishna, all of these ascended masters, these prophets, they are evolved on such a big level, they don't need to come in. Sometimes we've completed all of our life soul lessons that we will only come in to help the growth of our children or our grandchildren. And if you're the black sheep of your family, congratulations, guys, because you've come to cut the karmic cord from any of your past ties, any mistakes that were made from our parents, our grandparents. If you're the black sheep, you're the person that needs to cut the cord so history does not repeat itself. Got it? Right. It means you're going to go and get this house. Is Jesus real? He is real. He is so real. He is so real. Jesus Christ is real. Muhammad is real. Okay, I wanted to talk about that because somebody, is it Vonnie? I don't feel a soul connection to my mum. Okay. Carol, yes, Jesus is real. All the ascended masters are real. Jesus is real. I love him. He is real. So, okay. Let's just say, for example, in our past lives, I know that I must have hurt somebody in a past life to do with, I must have killed somebody in a past life or hurt somebody so badly in a past life that in this life, you come back with karma. What you do to someone will come back to you. That's why I always say, be loving, be kind, be sweet, be as compassionate as you can. And, you know, try to find empathy for those who need it. So let's just say, for example, my mum, let's take my mum or my daughter. In another life, my daughter would have been my mother. So we die, we go to heaven, and we look at all of our life, all the things that we said and done to each other. And then I say to my daughter, who was once my mother in that life, we didn't do so good that time round, did we? So you know what we're going to do? We're going to go in again. But this time you're going to be the daughter. I'm going to be the mum. I'll be the husband. You be the wife. I'll be the brother. You'll be the sister. We'll try and do it again. You come in with the same soul family. different roles, and you have to try and learn the lesson that you didn't in the past. Now, let's talk about murders. People getting murdered. You killed my child, and then vice versa. There is a man called James Van Praagh. I've told this story many times on my live. He is a psychic medium, well-renowned psychic medium, lovely guy. He was in an audience of 1,000 people doing readings. And a soul of a boy comes to James and says to James, I was killed in a vehicle, in a vehicle. Somebody chased me on purpose and killed me. And I have a scar here. I have blue eyes and blonde hair. And then the parents stand up. Yes, that's my son. That's my son. That's my boy. And he gives a lot of information to validate that this is the son that only they would know. So now he's validated for those parents that the son is here. He died in a car accident. He has blonde hair, blue eyes, and he's got a scar on his face. And he was killed in this accident. The soul of the boy says to James, can you tell my mum and my dad to forgive the man that killed me? And they're like, no, he was only 22 years old. He was my little boy. And that man killed my son. I will never forgive him. And James says, yes, but your son is saying you need to forgive him to release his soul. And the mother persists and says, well, why would I forgive the man that took my child? Why? And the soul of the son says, you have to forgive him because in another life, I killed him. That is so... Everything is everything. There is a reason for everything. There is a reason for everything we do, we act, we say. That's a full circle. You're damn right. So this boy who crossed over and asked his mum and dad, forgive the man that killed me because I killed him in another life. Karma. And karma is, people think that karma is bad. For some reason, they relate karma with a bad thing. Karma is good and bad. Karma is what you think, what you feel, and what you say. What you put out, you get back in. If it's not in this life, I guarantee you it will be in the next one. I tread so carefully. I tread so carefully. When you have a mother who you don't get on with, or a father or a brother or a child that you don't get on with, you are learning really important lessons for your soul growth. If you and your mum aren't on the same page because your ideals and your ideas are different, you have to accept that person as they are. If they are draining like energy vampires, you can send love to them from a distance. You don't need to be in their matrix. You can love them wholeheartedly. But if you fight all the time, you are not in control of what people think, say, and do. The only control you have here in the world is what you think, what you say, how you respond, and what you do. That is the power that you have. Be careful of what's going on outside of your matrix, because people have a tendency to absorb all the shit that's going on outside. Oh my God, I got another bill. Oh my God, and get out of alignment. I have no money. What energy are you putting out? More worry. More things to worry about. So you pull it right back to you. Go with the flow. Ebb and flow with your energy. If you believe and trust in a divine source, you should know that everything happens for a reason. This took me out of alignment. What am I supposed to do with it? I can respond and then get myself... I can have headaches, high blood pressure, heart palpitations because I'm crazy worried about this situation. I'm crazy worrying about that person not loving me. You're going to get yourself out of alignment, then you're going to make yourself sick. When you reach a fork in the road, how do you make a decision on what to do? You don't do anything. When you're at a crossroads and you have absolutely no idea what direction to go in, do nothing. Because what will happen is when you're at a crossroads and you're so frantically trying to make a decision about something, divine is telling you, could you get out of your monkey mind so we can give you information? Because that's how we receive information. We receive information through our visions, a thought, a feeling. And that's our loved ones trying to plant seeds into our souls. That is the divine source trying to plant a thought, a feeling. And how are we going to get these messages when all we're doing is in the monkey mind, worrying about it? Oh my God. And ask yourself a question. If you're trying to make a decision about something, one, do you have the power to change and control it? If you do, go do it. If you don't, it means God is saying to you, divine, the universe, your loved ones are going, could you get out of the way and give it to us so we can take care of it for you? That's the question. That's what divine wants you to do. What if our parents is not our blood parents, is only our blood relatives? That's okay as well. We all have a soul contract with each other. Some people come into our lives for a season, a reason, or a lifetime. So every human being, every soul that's come into your matrix, know that before you incarnated into the physical body, you said to that person, I want you to come in with me for this time frame to teach me these lessons. And then you can sign out on this day. And they'll go, yeah, sure. Okay, cool. Because we all love each other. We're all connected to each other anyway. If I hurt you, that means I'm just hurting myself. Because our souls are all connected to each other. That's why I hate war. That's why I hate, why are children dying? Why are there people starving in the world? Why do only some of us have clean water? I'll never understand this. So for me, yes, we're all connected to each other. I hurt you, I'm basically hurting me. Because if I'm hurting you and I'm connected to you via souls, it's only the physical body that makes us feel that we're separated, that we're all alone. But when you have a near-death experience, when you meditate, you'll actually see and understand that every single one of us are in this design. We're in this tapestry, this beautiful tapestry of the universe, and that our souls are all connected to each other. Has anyone ever seen, what is that film with Scarlett Johansson? And she takes these drugs and then all of a sudden she becomes, what is that? I can't remember what that film is called. And then she sees like all of these, it's like being in a computer. Lucy! That's the one. Thank you guys. Lucy. And do you remember when she could see like all of the, it's like we're all numbers that's all going up to heaven. That's literally what we are. Lucy, thank you guys. That is what we are. We have energetic vibration that comes out of our body. We're all numbers. We're all energy. Energy cannot be destroyed or created. And it's like we're all programmed to come into the matrix because the matrix did it so well. So we are all that. We're all energy. If you have had an early miscarriage and then another baby, is that the same baby reborn? Sometimes the baby will come in again. Sometimes the baby will choose to stay on that side. And by the way, abortions, and I found this out, abortions and miscarriages, we have a soul contract with that child. I don't think I should come in that time, Mum. I'm not going to come in that time. Okay, I'll have a miscarriage with you on this day. And then you can come again 5 years later. So a soul could reincarnate 100%. Sometimes our child will choose to stay over there to help us from the other side. Sometimes a child is born and just touches the earth because they're not actually meant to be here. Their soul is just meant to be born, have the physical birth experience being in the mother, and then cross over. That's what happened to my best friend. My best friend lost her daughter, Aaliyah. Aaliyah was in the world for a day and then died. And it was a soul contract between you and that soul. So abortions, you have a soul contract with that child. Things for people who have an abortion, it's because I don't have the money, I don't have the means, I'm in a violent situation. It's so toxic. Why would I want to have this child in the world like this? It's a soul agreement between you and that soul, and no one else has to know about it. It's no one else's business. No one else's business. Is all our traumatic experience from parents. And yes, we have our own traumatic experience that we all have in past lives that we bring back with us. This is not trauma, yes? Having open heart surgery 4 times, this is a traumatic experience. I'm all right with it now. I've made my peace with whatever happened in a past life. I'm good. And if I did have another open heart surgery and I cross over, I'm all open for it. It's easy to die. It's not easy to live, because everything is so tumultuous here in the physical world. I had a miscarriage with my first baby, and then had another baby girl. And then I was 7 months in. Yes, I have lost children too. I have. But my children show me that they're here all the time. Was the baby, if the child was born, there's usually a marking on the child. What if you can't have kids? Oh, that is so hard. Usually when a soul can't have children, you're going to be surrounded by children. You'll be a teacher. Your young ones are drawn to your energy. And it was because you have come in to show, empathy. As soon as you said that, marking's birthmark. As soon as you come into the world and you can't have children, it means that you will mother other people. You'll be a mother to your partner, to your nieces and your nephews. You've come in to be, when you don't have children, sometimes people who don't have children don't have to come back in. Just saying. I never wanted to have any children. I never wanted to have any children. But usually people who can't conceive or who are not parents become parents anyway of other people. I feel I mother my mother. There you go. So you'll become a mother to somebody. Even if it's not your own children, it's somebody, or you'll adopt. It's something around this energy, but it's like that. What if you don't have a desire to have kids? I didn't want to have any children either. And it's so funny because it was like, I know that if I don't have any children, because children come with karma. So if you have children, there's karma attached to that child. So you're going to have to come in again. So I was saying to Shivy, who I lost, my best friend, I was like, shit, I've got to come in again, don't I? Because I got my daughter. And I was like, damn it. How do you know if it's the same baby reborn? There's going to be marking. So if you gave birth to a child and the child crossed over, there will be some sort of birthmark, or there will be like a soul imprint. You'll know. You're a mum. The thing about women, sorry boys, I love my boys and you're all intuitive, but women are the aliens of the universe. We can carry up to 8 human beings in our stomach. So we're like the aliens. We're all born psychic. We all have this in psychic ability. When you go into a place, you feel something is dodgy. When you meet somebody, you're at the hairs, they don't feel right. That's a psychic ability. Can my late mum reincarnate into my daughter? 100%, yes. And have the same look and attitude. Yes. Yes, 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 yes to all of it. I adopted my daughter, but we have some birthmarks on our forehead. That's because you're soul connected, and she was probably your daughter in another life. My sister and I have the same birthmark. Monique, yes, soulmates. You are marked because you're soulmates. You have the same soul. You are together in another life. Yes. Monica, at what point does the soul spirit into to create twin flames, and why does this happen? The twin flame journey is not easy. When you have a twin flame, and twin flame story is so twisted, they think that twin flame is going to be the best. It is not the case. One soul into two, having two different experiences. Some twin flames will meet each other at a destiny point, but you're not meant to be together. Twin flame journey is the hardest. Why does it happen? Because it was a soul agreement. We are so attached, like, I can't remember who said they have the same birthmark as their sister. Two souls, one soul become two, and then you choose to separate and have different life experiences. But then you go through your dark night of the soul. Your twin flame goes through the dark night of the soul. And then you come together and you go through the dark night of the soul together. And believe me, the twin flame journey is not an easy one. It is hard. It happens because it's a soul agreement between two souls. I want you and me to be as one. But when we are born into the physical world, we'll separate, learn life lessons separated, and then eventually will come together, either in this lifetime or 10 lifetimes to come, because we still have to learn so many things, and you can learn it together, you can learn it separate. The twin flame journey is so complex. It's not as simple as a normal soulmate journey. Miscarriage was a week in, too early for markings. How do I then know new Baba is the same baby? You will know. Gone girl. You will know. A mother always knows. A mother always knows. So would you really sacrifice for somebody? We sacrifice for our loved ones all the time. We sacrifice our homes. We'll give our last money when we don't have it, but we'll give it to them anyway. You sacrifice all the time for people that you love. What about babies who are aborted? Are they reincarnated? 100%. There's no such thing as death. There is no such thing as death. The physical body has to die because we're not meant to be here forever and ever. Amen. We come in to learn lessons and then we go back home. And when you go back home, when you go back to heaven, your crew, your soul group, your how do I say this? Your soul group, your people that are following you in life. When you cross over, they go, so what did you learn as Annalisa? What did you learn as Baddie? What did you learn? What did you learn from this lifetime? And then you'll say, I learned compassion. I learned how to be patient. I learned empathy. I learned this, that. This is why we come in. This is what we come into the physical world to learn. Empathy, compassion, love, and forgiveness. Loving self as well. Why can't remember our past lives, Leona? Because your soul didn't want to remember it. But there are going to be destiny points in your life, and they call it deja vu. Your soul, people talk about deja vu all the time. So there'll be a point in your life where you're going to say, I swear this has happened already. It's because your soul said, on the 21st of January, I want to remember that I want to have deja vu, to remember that my soul is on the right track and that I actually signed up to be at this point at this time. So deja vu is to remember what your soul had planned for your physical body. But some of us don't remember our past lives because some of it is so traumatic. But there are going to be events in our lives where something is going to happen, where it's going to spark up something from a past life, and then you remember. I have it through dreams. This is going to sound really crazy, but I know I had a past life with Leonardo DiCaprio. I know, it's so weird. Man, he's not even my type, but I know I have a soul connection to that guy there. And I just remember going to a deep meditation. I remember I was in a forest, and I remember I was shot through the heart. And then I remember he was with me, and now it was his soul. It wasn't his face, but I could feel the soul. It was like I knew him. This is Leonardo DiCaprio in this life, but he was not the face in that past life. It was someone completely different. So it's crazy like that. Do we leave parts of our soul behind on the other side when we incarnate? Some of us, like people say, you know, those evil murderers, those killers, some of their souls don't connect to their physical body like completely. So they're not fully soul. They're just they're like human and part soul. So they won't have that empathy. So they kill people. I do not believe that we leave some of our souls behind. I believe our soul fully comes into the physical body, but we have memories of past lives. Sometimes a place will trigger something from our past lives, and you'll be like, I feel like I know this place. And then you'll meet people in the world and you'll be like, why do I feel like I know you from somewhere? And it's because you've known them from past life. Hannah, you have to feel your pain because you're still human. So when you lose a baby to a rare condition or any health issues and having to let go, so no pain, you're not supposed to you are human. God wants you to feel all your emotions, the anger, the pain, the hatred. He wants you to punch a punching bag, scream, be angry, be upset. But God doesn't want you to hold on to that pain. You can express your your feelings, feel your feels, but you need to let it go. If you don't let it go, if you don't let go of the pain, you will affect your physical body, your chakras, and then you'll have heart palpitations, problems with your bones. You can't eat properly, you can't sleep properly, you go through dizzy spells, you'll have ailments, illnesses in your physical body. It's because you're not releasing that energy out, you're keeping it in the body. And that's the worst thing any human being can do. You think your fears are partly from past lives. That's usually what we're attached to. So in this life, you have to face the demons, face your anxiety, face your stress, look at it deadpan in the face and go, what are you going to do to me now that you can't? You've already beat me down, you've already broken me down, I already went to the depth of hell. What more are you going to do to me? And then that thing is going to go, okay, there's nothing more I can do. And when you are at the depth of hell, the only way is up. Give me 1 second. Sorry guys, thank you for being patient with me. Let's talk about the past life thing again. I believe that I was Frida, you know, the painter. I told this story on my love. I love this story. But I believe, I believe that I was Frida from a past life. And the reason why I believe that I was Frida is there's too many synchronicities that has happened in my life to not think I am her. My best friend who crossed over sent me a picture of Frida, and she said to me, somebody's taken your face and has pretended that you're Frida Kahlo? And I thought to myself, what are you talking about, sis? So she sends me this picture, and she sends me a picture of Frida, black and white picture. And I was like, that looks nothing like me. What are you talking about? And she was like, blood, that looks like you. That is you. I was like, that's not me. That's Frida, the painter. And then she was like, no, that's you. I was like, no, sis, that ain't me. But she was so adamant that Frida was me. Anyway, before she sent me the picture of Frida and thinking that somebody took my picture, saying that I used my picture to pretend I was Frida Kahlo, I said to her, no, that's not me. One day, I decided that I wanted to paint. And I ain't no painter. I don't paint in any sort of way. And I just thought to myself, I just want to get a canvas and I just want to paint. I don't know how or where. I just started to paint. And that one. I have no idea. I don't know how to paint, but I just felt one day that I needed to pick up a canvas, some paintbrushes, and I just started painting what I felt and what I don't know how I don't know who that is. I don't do that. Anyway, I started to investigate Frida, and I thought to myself, I did them. Yeah, I painted them, and I don't know how to paint. One day, I thought, I need to tell you the proper story. I used to work in the laundrette as That was the best job in the world. Now I've been a front of house security manager. I made so much money. I was working 12 hours a day, Monday to Friday, taking care of 300 people in my building on the busy streets of London in Bond Street. And I was well respected and a front of house security manager. So I have a security license, everything. Yes, that movie with Frida Salma Hayek. Yes, we'll get to that in a second. So this is what me talking about a past life situation. So when I was working in the laundrette, I was getting £30 a day. Before, I used to be a front of house security manager. I had my security license. I know CPR. I know the whole building. You can name anything in the building. Something goes wrong, I already know how to fix it. I was so good at the job that I did. I was so good at the job that I did. I loved it. I made so much money from it. It was just a great job. And then one day I hit a wall and I was like, what the fuck am I doing here? What am I supposed to do now? What do you want me to do? And guides kept on showing me tarot, tarot, tarot. So one day before I did tarot, I was like, I need to find a quick and easy job. So I worked in a laundrette and I was earning £30 a day. And it was the best job I ever had. Putting people's dirty laundry into the washing machine, washing their laundry and like folding it and all of that stuff. It was the best job I ever had. In this job, there was this man that comes into the laundrette, and I don't know how to explain it, guys. You know, when you meet somebody and there is just like a zing, it's like a familiarity. I was on the phone to my girl. I had my little earpod in my head, and I was like, my soulmate has just walked into the building. And she's like, what the fuck are you talking about? I was like, dude, there is a beautiful Rasta man with green eyes, and he smells of weed and he smells of coconuts, and I love him, and he's my soulmate. And she was like, you better take a picture of him and send it to me. So he's coming up to me and he's like, I just want to absorb. I just want to breathe him in, because there's something about him, and I want him so bad. I don't know how to explain it. Never met this man in my life. 6'2", beautiful Rastafarian locks. He was just fucking gorgeous. And he come up to me. I can't look this man in the eye, yeah, because that's how hot he is. I'm just like, I'm going like this. I'm like, I was like, how do you need my help? I just look like a right idiot. So he's like, do you want to keep this blanket? And I was like, but it's in good condition. Why don't you keep it? And he was like, because it's my ex's. And I'm like, well, you should burn it then. And he starts laughing. So anyway, he walks out. He's left an imprint on my soul, because I've never seen anyone so beautiful in my life. And I knew that he was I said it straight away. Moment he walked into this place, I said to my best friend, that is my soulmate. So anyway, a couple of weeks later, I'm thinking about this man. I'm like, is he going to come in again and wash his clothes? I really want him to come in again. And he's riding on his bike and he's knocking on the window and he's going like this to me. And I'm thinking, play it cool, Anna. Play it cool. Play it really cool, Anna. Be cool. So he's knocking on the window and he's like, come in. And I'm like, be cool, be cool. And I was like, if you want to talk to me, you got to come in here. So he comes into the laundrette. And then he was like, he has an accent. And I'm like, he goes to me, I think that we should go out. And I'm thinking, thank you, God. Thank you, God. And I was like, all right, sure. And he was like, give me your number. He was like, give me your number. And I went, no, you can give me your number. He writes on this piece of paper, you are sexy. He puts his number on it. And then he writes, Diego. Let's go back to Frida. I started doing my research on Frida. No, let's not go back to Frida. Let's talk about me and Diego first. So, we go out on a date. He tells me to listen to this song, Don't Lose Me by, what is his name? Don't Lose Me by Cardi B's husband. What is his name? Offset? Is it Offset? Offset. And he says, the song is called Don't Lose Me. So we're in my car. This is our first date. We're in the car. And it was only like 10 minutes. It's a 10-minute date. I say to him, how old are you? And he goes, I'm 28. And I'm like, okay, I'm 37. I can get myself a young buck. Yes, Anna, 37 years old, still getting yourself a young man. You go, girl. So he's sitting in the car and he starts playing Offset. And the first part of Don't Lose Me is Offset apologizing to Cardi B. And he's saying, I'm sorry for being a terrible husband, for keep breaking God's promise, for breaking our promise. I want to do better and all of this stuff. And I'm thinking, this is a weird song. And my daughter's going, ooh, mom, he's already made a dedication to you. And I'm like, is it? I'm really old, so I don't know what she's talking about. He's already dedicating a song to you and Offset, Don't Lose Me. And I'm like, okay, I don't know what the hell this child's talking about, but whatever. We'll skip forward now. Me and him do the dirty, and it was the best I ever had in my life. I mean, guys, never have I ever in my whole life ever experienced going to heaven in that way, and this man did it for me. I don't know how to explain it to you. Not one man in my life has ever made me see heaven the way he did. And every single time. Anyway, so couple of years later, we hooked up maybe 5 or 6 times. I'm playing hard to get. I'm an early bird. He's a night owl. It's like he wants to meet me at 3 o'clock in the morning. And I'm like, could we meet maybe at 10 or 11 o'clock in the morning? And he's like, no, I've got shit to do. But I'm an old woman. I like my bed. 3 o'clock in the morning, you need to be in your bed sleeping. Why are you calling me to go and do the dirty? I'm in my bed. I want to stay in my bed. And that's where I'm going to be. I regret these decisions now because it's like, I should have done it. Shoulda, coulda, woulda. I should have done it, but I didn't because I'm an old woman. And I should have just done it. I should have had my fun and I didn't. That's why I say, guys, don't ever regret. Go and do it. Have fun. Live your life. Don't say no. Just go and do everything and have fun while you're doing it and make sure you're safe. So anyway, we've hooked up a couple of times. I told this man, I want you to have my baby. I said to this man, so the first time that me and him ever done was intimate, I was so ashamed or so embarrassed to show my scars. So before we get into it, I'm like, I have scars. And he's like, I don't care. And he kisses my scars. And I'm like, oh my God, I love him. I love him. Anyway, the next couple of weeks, I was like, I want you to give me a son. This is what I said to him. I want you to give me a son. And he was like, come get it. I'm like, what kind of response is that? Come get it. This is a typical response of a child. So he's going to me, come get it. And I'm like, I'm going to get it. If you carry on talking like that, I'm going to come and get my son from you. So anyway, I decided to do my investigation about Frida Kahlo. I think that's her surname. And what the fuck do I find out? As I Google Frida, she's married to a man called Diego Rivera. Mind blown. Mind blown. Not only that, Frida got into an accident. When you watch that show of Frida Kahlo played by Salma Hayek, in the beginning of the story, she gets into a massive a car accident. She's on a bus and a pole goes through her stomach or her groin, so she can't have children. They said she can't have children. So she's got these massive scars. In the movie, she says to Diego, I have a scar. And he grabs her and he kisses her. I'm like, that's fucking weird. And then Frida, in their crazy whirlwind relationship, gets pregnant. And she loses her child. Now, what child does she lose? Her son. And before I knew about Frida, I said to Diego, give me a son. And I was like, there's too many synchronicities here. And then I put a picture of me with no makeup and a picture of him next to Diego Rivera. And dude, the similarities are a bit creepy. Creepy. I mean, my eyebrows don't touch. I get that. But there are some sort of similarities between me and Frida, and then him and Diego Rivera, whatever his name is, and I was like, whoa. I was like, nah. So when he first played Offset, Don't Lose Me, some part of his soul knew that we were married in another life. That's Frida and Diego. And he wanted to apologize for being a terrible, remember Offset said, I'm sorry for being a terrible husband, for keeping God's promise. I'm thinking he's apologizing. Diego from the past is Diego now trying to apologize to Frida in the past, but me now, and trying to apologize for being a shit husband. And I thought to myself, this is insane. There's too many signs and synchronicities. And plus, Frida's a painter, and I don't paint. And out of nowhere, I just wanted to paint. So, past lives, reincarnation, yeah, I believe in that. FYI, let me add this in. I have a best friend called Christine. Do you know what Frida's sister's name is? Christine. What the fuck? This is crazy. I did not have my boy from him because our lives were so different. And he is famous in his own right. Like Diego now, he is famous in his own right. He's a musician, so he's famous on he's famous on his own. And both Frida and Diego were both famous back then in their own right. So they were both artistic. I'm artistic, tarot, and I actually wanted to be a singer when I was younger. I actually could sing when I was quite young, not anymore because I spoke too much. But I was a musician. My father is a DJ. My whole family can sing. It's insane. Did I cut the cord? I had to cut the cord with him. I had to, because I was addicted to this man. It was like he was a drug. And I was like, no, I can't. I'm going crazy. So I did 2 candles. I tied a rope and I said a prayer, love and light. Please, God, I cut the cord with this man, past, present and future. I need to send him on his way with love and light. And I hope that he lives a prosperous and peaceful life. And then the strings burnt, the candle burnt down. And all of a sudden I started to feel better. I felt great. And every time I cut the cord, I always do it in love. And I always send that person off with love because I don't want any harm to come to anyone. And I always do it in love. I wish I could meet you one time. You're awesome. Thanks, honey. New life. I love you. Thank you. Have you ever visited Frida's house in Mexico? Do you think I want to? Hell yes. Of course I want to. There is no coincidence in the world, 100%. Love and be loved, there is no such thing as coincidence. So when you meet your person and you're like, I know you from somewhere, know that you know that person from a past life and you've been reincarnated. So for sure, 100%. Cutting cords are very easy. It's just burning 2 candles, put it on a plate, put salt around it for protection, get a little rope or a little cord to tie it, and then just light up both of the candles at the same time and say a prayer to God for protection, and that I release this person, heart, mind, body and soul, past, present, future. I send him away with love and light. I send her away with love and light, and then go. And then if you need to do it again, just keep doing it until you realize one day you can think about your person and you're not going nuts. And it got to that point today where I'm so grateful that I met him. Any candles is good. You can get white candles, you can get black candles, all good. But yes, both my husband and I knew we were soulmates. We both remembered past lives. I love that. I love that. My husband and I have definitely known each other in a past life. You'll know you are not wrong. The soul always knows. The soul knows before the physical body. That's why I always say, listen to your gut, guys, because your soul, your gut is the one that knows the truth. How do you know? You just know. You just know. I know my best friend who crossed over, who died of cancer, fuck cancer, who died last year on the 15th. You know, it's so weird. I said to my mum this morning in the kitchen, I was like, Mum, who died on the 15th? Because I feel like somebody died on the 15th. And then my best friend, our thing is repeated numbers. I see 1111 on my phone and I'm like, Shiv, oh my God, I'm sorry, sis. She died on the 15th of November, 2 months today. And she was like, idiot, I'm the one who died on that day. And I'm like, oh yeah, sorry, sis, I forgot. I'm so sorry. It doesn't feel like she's gone because she's always with me. She's always sending me repeated numbers, butterflies, feathers, everything in the weirdest places. It's like, how do you get a ladybird at home on your table? There's no windows open and there's a little ladybird on my table. I mean, this is nuts. It's crazy. What if you've been married to 2 people? You could be married to 10 people. You'll still have a soul contract with those people. I want to be married to you for a couple of years and then I want to sign out and learn something else from somebody else. Soul contracts. We all have a soul contract. I've recently I've randomly been saying I love you out loud. And does that mean anything? Every morning my mantra is I love you, I'm sorry, please forgive me, thank you. Look, 33,003 likes. Shivy. My mantra every morning is I love you, I'm sorry, please forgive me, thank you. And I'm saying it to the universe, the world, anyone I've ever hurt. And then I say, I don't chase money, I attract money. I don't chase money, I attract money. I'm a magnet to money. I say these words without even thinking about it. It's like breathing. And I notice that when I say these words, my whole day goes real good. I also say, God is the source of my supply. God is the source. Say these words every day, guys. Say your own mantras every day. And I'm telling you, you're changing your life energy, your frequency. What you put out, you get back in. So I only tell you what worked for me. I can tell you my stories. It's some of the shit that's happened to me. It's like, I really shouldn't be alive, but I am. What about repeated numbers? 9, 10. And it's my twin flame birthday. What is the meaning? You know, 10s is the God number. So 10 represents the God source number. 9 is about completion, because 9 is about completing something, and 10 is like the finalization. 2, when you keep seeing 222 everywhere, that represents unionship, partnership. It could be a romance. It could be a unionship around the work arena. It could be that you're partnering up with somebody. But 2s represent love and togetherness. 11 on the clock represents that your soul is waking up. 11 is a portal. It's new beginnings. The pillars, it's the balance. 2 things. It's 11 is the pillars. Things about to go into alignment for you. It's the opening of your spirituality. 9 and 11. 9 again is the completion. 11 is the opening of your soul. 2s again it's about unionship. 3 is about partnership. So you keep seeing 333 everywhere. It's partnering up with somebody, collaborating with 2 or 3 people. 7 is a very spiritual number. 8 is infinity. 4 is your angels. When you see 4 everywhere you go, know that you are surrounded by your guardian angels and Archangel Michael and Raphael. So if you've seen those numbers 444, you say, hi, my angels, I know you're here. Let's have a good day today. 3, when you start seeing 333 everywhere, that means you are going to be collaborating with 2 or 3 people. 5, I was just about to say, Kay, watch out for 5 is the nomad number. That's my number. 5 is changing, chopping and changing, traveling and relocating. 5 is the nomad. It's like I don't have a specific home. I like going everywhere. My home is everywhere, but nowhere. That's what that represents. 8 is infinity. 828, that's infinite. So infinite. 8, infinite possibilities. 2, the connection and unionship and infinite connections. 6s, everyone talks about 666 as the devil's number. I get it. But 666 actually represents love, believe it or not. 3 and 3 is collaboration of all worlds. 1 is as above, so below here on earth. As in heaven, so below here on earth. It means you are connected to divine source up and down, number 1. 7 is spirituality. Your 7s, when you see 7 everywhere, this year is a 7. It represents that your soul is going to learn a lot of important lessons. It represents forgiveness, number 7. So your soul can evolve and grow. That's why you're here on the world. So whenever you see any of the 6s, 7s, 8s, and 9s and 0s, your soul is waking up your physical body. 26, 25, you put those numbers together, 6, 7, 8. So 25, I always like to add up the numbers together. So if you're seeing 26, 6, 7, 8, infinite possibilities. 25, 5, 6, 7, spirituality. Always, and you can go online, guys, and you can put angel number 22, and you'll start to see that it correlates with the things that's going on in your life. There's a synchronistic energy. So you can go on Google and put angel number 222, 333. Your life path number is 8. Honey, you are more powerful than you think you are, and you are a manifester. You have infinite possibilities. So don't waste it on thinking about negative things. Magpies, crows. Anytime birds are drawn to you, you, my dear, were an alchemist in a past life. You are somebody that did magic by words, by potions. Now, yes, I believe in negative alchemists, negative witches, but there's also, where there is good, there is bad. So magpies, for me, I said to one of my somebody that I read for, and he's a musician, beautiful man, I was like, I feel too feminine energy for the other side, and they're going to show you magpies. And he was like, oh, I lost my sisters. After the reading, what do you think this man saw? 2 magpies on his shed, and he was like, I can't believe that you said it. And then I see magpies, and those are my sisters. Cardinals, loved ones. Hawks, good ones. If you see hawks a lot, honey, you are connected to some degree to the shaman energy. Magpies are loved ones. Dragonflies, dragonflies for me always represents like marriage, a celebration, a wedding, some sort of reunion. But they're always signs from your hummingbirds, the whole shebang. It's like they are connected to you. If you see crows and ravens, you are a wizard. You are an alchemist. Crows and ravens are drawn to alchemy. So when you see any blackbirds or any crows or anything like that, hawks, you are definitely somebody who's connected to shaman. Blackbirds, shaman energy. You are somebody who is an alchemist. Birds are drawn to your energy, alchemy. I have crows everywhere. I have crows all over. You put my brother, who I know was a magician in another life. You put my daughter, who's 19 and who could see spirit, and she's a clairaudient, so she hears spirit. I'm sorry, but she's an alchemist too. And then me, there are crows all over us. There are crows, foxes. When you see foxes, that means that is a spirit animal of yours. That means you can endure anything and everything. Life will throw at you so many things, you can endure it. Foxes can live in the winter, in the cold, can live in the summer, can thrive in all sorts of weather. It means that you are somebody that can handle all of this. Wolves, shaman. You got shaman energy attached to you. You walk with the wolves. If you have an affiliation to a wolf, let me tell you something. When I was 19 years old, before I got into the whole doves, everything is loved ones, guides, everything. I love slugs. Slugs leave trail. They leave impressions of them behind. So let me, when I was 19 years old, I got my first tattoo. And then 25 years later, I done a reading from somebody who's now a friend of mine, Brian. I love him. He's lives with the Dalai Lama. He's a medium, psychic. That man got stabbed in the heart and he went to heaven. He got attacked. He got stabbed in the heart and he became a medium, he's brilliant. You can find him at Stepping Stones in the UK, and you can get a reading WhatsApp live from him if you want. I promote him all day long. And he said, it's so funny because when you got an issue with the heart, it somehow connects you and you become this medium. Thank you for my gifts. So before I ever really knew Brian, his name is Brian. And he got stabbed in the heart. He got attacked and stabbed. He should have died. He got stabbed so many times and he survived. And God had a purpose for him. And now he's a brilliant medium. Stepping Stones, where is it? I think it's North Greenwich. I can't remember. Anyway, when I was 19, I got this tattoo. I don't know if you can see it. Here we go. Oh, here we go. So I got this tattoo when I was younger. I had a reading with Brian. Grasshoppers. Give me 1 second. I'll talk about Grasshopper in a second. So Black Panther. I was 19 when I got this Black Panther. 19. 25 years later, I got a reading from Brian because something pulled me to his energy and he got everything down to a T. I hid my open heart surgery. He was like, oh, it's like open heart. And I was like, huh? And he was like, open heart surgery. And I went, like, he knew everything. And then I said to him, because this is the beginning stages of where I am now. What is my spirit animal, Brian? And he went, I keep seeing a black panther. A black panther that walks and circles you and protects you from negative energy. And I went, what? And he went, I see a black panther. And I literally said to this guy, shut the fuck up. And he was like, I see a black panther. And I was like, I have a black panther on my shoulders. And he like, at 19, even though your physical body wasn't there yet, your soul knew that your spirit animal is the black panther. So I've named my black panther Nala. I don't know why. I love Lion King. And look at my black panther. Thank you, Samantha. So yes, I named my panther Nala. So when I walk and I go, owls. Lulu, you would have been a white witch in another life, sweetheart. If you are drawn to owls, that means you were a white witch in another life, the good one. The ones that help people with herbs and spices. You are also an old soul. If you are somebody who's drawn to owls, you are an old soul. Doves, the same thing. You are an old soul. Crows and cardinals are mine. Pegasus, you love your Pegasus. I do too. I do too. You are an alchemist. Cats. You like cats. Wren. I'm telling you, any animal that you're drawn to, that means they walk with you. My native name is Two Birds. Do you know what I'm called? Hold on. White horse. Grasshoppers. I love the grasshopper. Grasshoppers are actually messengers. So if you're drawn to grasshoppers or you get a lot of grasshoppers, I'm hearing messengers. You're either a messenger or you're going to always keep receiving certain messages that's going to relate to your soul growth. So if you're drawn to grasshoppers, the messenger. Two feathers. James, I'm white horse. So in another past life, I was told that I was called white horse. Now I've showed these pictures to you before. My brother is an artist, a brilliant one. His name is John. He's an artist. And I said to my brother, I keep seeing a shaman woman around me, and I need you to draw a shaman woman for me. And I'm gonna. Yes, you can. No. Oh, sorry, you used my charger. Yeah. I'll be a second. I get my message. So my brother is an artist, and I said to my brother, I was like, John, I keep seeing a shaman woman, and I kind of gave him a brief description of what I thought she looked like. And so he drew me, the woman, gave him a description of what I felt she looked like as I saw her in my mind's eye, and he drew her. So he drew this woman. When I had another reading from Brian, he said to me, I keep seeing shaman energy around you, and I already knew I had them around me. And he goes, yeah, but there's two women. Now, how funny is it that when my brother drew White Horse, and apparently this is me in another life, when my brother drew White Horse, for some reason he drew another woman. And Brian said to me, there are two shaman women around you. And my brother had drawn these pictures before Brian told me I had two shaman women. Now, here's the other one. My brother consciously or unconsciously saw two shaman women around me. Sorry, guys. Low battery. I'm gonna have to go in a minute. Brian told me I had 2 shaman women, and my brother consciously drew 2 shaman women around me. These are my guides. These are who I connect with when I do my readings. Now, according to Brian, he goes, you were called White Horse in another life. I love herbs and spices. I don't think I look like her. Maybe I do, but this is what I apparently look like in another life. And then my brother drew running water. And it's so funny because Brian said to me that you have 2 guides, 2 shamans, one called White Horse and one called Running Water. And my brother just happened to draw her clip or her ribbon blue. So I knew that this was going to be Running Water. I knew it. And I was just like, this is nuts. Signs and synchronicities. They're all over the place. All over the place. I also saw my guardian angel who Brian told me about. And he said, he's a big black fella, he is. That's what Brian said. He's got a 6-pack. He's about like 10 foot tall. And he's got these massive wings. And I saw him in the corner of my room before Brian told me this. And I was like, oh my God, this is crazy. It's mad. It's crazy. The life, we're all guided, we're all protected. We have guides and loved ones. We have it's like our collective, we have our, what is that bloody word I'm looking for? It's like we have a collective soul group of people, our ancestors, yes, that walk with us in life. And we're going to go through good stuff and we're going to go through bad stuff, but they got our backs. We just have to trust and stop worrying about everything. A network of friends, family, yes. A network of, oh, it's coming to me. There is a word. There is an actual word. Come on, guys. You need to tell me what it is. So it is a spirit team, but there is a word. Can our guardian angels be a child? Of course. My kids on the other side guide me. My children that I've lost, they guide me. And anytime my daughter leaves my house, I'm like, my kids on the other tribe. It is the tribe. It is our soul family, our tribe. Yes. I always say to my children on the other side, I'm like, watch your sister, bring her back to me safely and with no problems. My daughter's always coming back to me safely. I always ask for my family. I always pray for my followers on TikTok, on YouTube. I'm like, God bless all of my followers, all my family on TikTok, on YouTube. I always do this. Light workers, and I get a lot of evil eyes. Any tips on protection? You're already protected already, Samira. When somebody's evil eyeing you, my love, you send them love. Don't ever fight evil with evil. Don't ever fight fire with fire. You fight fire with water. So anytime you know somebody's evil eyeing you, you think about that person. It could be a collective of people. And you say, I send them absolute love and light. What you do is you counteract. You counteract negativity with love. And love wins. Love could win all wars. Love will always be anything evil. I don't care. It's been known throughout history. Love will always govern and be anything evil. Always. Love wins all. 100%. Still trying to think of that word. Yeah. I needed to hear. So, you want to watch this again? I hope I can download it, because sometimes TikTok doesn't allow me to download some of my videos. And it's really frustrating, but I just wanted to tell you a bit of my story. Do you think my guides don't manifest visually because they know I'd be terrified? Your guides will never, ever do anything. Annie will never do anything to make you uncomfortable. Now, people always say, well, how do I know if my guides are talking to me, and how do I know it's them? First of all, your guides love you, and they will never, ever tell you to do something that makes you feel uncomfortable, or they'll never tell you to do something that will hurt other people. If you are getting messages and it's of low vibration, that is your own ego. And you need to tell your ego to shut the fuck up. And you need to start listening to your soul and your heart. Your guides and your loved ones will always tell you the right things to do by yourself as well as people outside of you. They will never ever tell you to do something to hurt someone, ever. If that is the messages that you're getting, that's your own ego and you need to get rid of it. Brian, yes, Brian. I love him. I love him. I promote him all day, every day. He is my mentor. He teaches all of this stuff. I love him. I love him. This has been great getting to know a little bit about you and the education that you're sharing. I've had to learn a lot of things the hard way. I don't want you to learn the hard way. I want you to learn easy. If it is toxic in that we come back to each other a lot, cheat on others for our twin flames and soul. If you keep staying in a situation and you know this person isn't good for you when it's toxic, my question is, why are you still there? Love can conquer all things, but sometimes in a toxic relationship or a narcissistic relationship, love isn't enough. And you have to love yourself first, and then you need to go. I used to have dreams that came true, but since my depression, nothing. Because your anger, your ego, your depression blocks all things good. You are governing your ego, your fear governs your physical body right now. So divine can't get through you because you're depressed. And why are you depressed? It could be any number of situations. And you've got to say, you know what? I don't want to be depressed today. Today I'm going to have a good time. Today I'm going to smile. And then do it. Do it. You look after number one first. Look after you first. Because without you, then everyone else is done for. I'm not doing any readings at the moment. So I'm very drawn to your energy and messages. Thank you so much. You're so welcome. We keep coming back to each other regardless. So that happened to me and my daughter's dad. My daughter's dad beat the shit out of me, cheated on me, gave me all the things that a woman shouldn't have put up with in life. Physical violence, mental abuse, spiritual abuse, and I love him. I love him and I thank him for it. Because if he didn't do what he did, I wouldn't be who I am today. And I couldn't teach my daughter that no one should ever make you feel like shit or talk to you like shit. I could not even talk to you like shit, my child, because you ain't taking me when you go. So make sure you do everything in your life that you love. Do everything. Don't let anyone stop you. Have fun. Live life. Do everything that you're supposed to do because life is so short. You don't want to cross over to the other side and go, oh, I really should have taken that cruise. I really should have shagged that guy because he was really fit. I really should have shagged that girl because she was so fit. Why did I miss that opportunity? Do it all. Do everything you can and do it with love. And just know that you're guided and protected. And always say to your angels, I'm going out today. Take care of me. Amen. Solidify it with an amen. I'm drawn to plants and greens. What does it mean? Oh my God. What does it mean? It means you're a wizard. It means you're a wizard, an alchemist. If you're drawn to herbs and spices going outside, it means you're an earth child. It means you're somebody that's drawn to Mother Earth. That means all the elementals will be drawn to you. So angels, fairies, little, what's it called? Leprechauns. I believe in giants. I believe in aliens. I believe in all of the whole thing. I believe in all of it. Coyotes can survive anything. That's what I'm saying. You could survive anything. Water is so peaceful. I love running water, yeah? You're a Taurus, I'm an Earth child. I'm a Capricorn. I love, as you can see, anything to do with nature. Anything to do with nature. Anything to do with the outside world, the ocean, anything. I love nature. I am drawn to crystals. I'm a crystal crazy bitch. I'm crystal crazy. I can't live without my crystals. Everything that I've drawn, and I don't know how to draw, is nature. That's me in a cabin, in the woods, away from all of anything toxic. That's me in my words. I'm not good at drawing, but this is what I drew. Let's see what else have I got here. I love drawing. I think my mother gave birth to a lot of artistic children. Like, we're all artists in our own right, I guess. But yes, so I do love painting. It gets me out of my head. So when I paint, it gets me out of my ego. Hold on, guys, let me just check something. When I paint, I go into another dimension. I go into another world. I channel better when I paint, or when I don't like drawing. I do love my paintings, though. I do like painting. Everything has to be outdoors. Look, just watercolors. I just drew a whole bunch of dots and blue on it, and I don't know. I made that. I do love crystals, yes. I love Himalayan salt lamps. I love anything to do with nature. I find that nature is very soothing and healing. I drew this. It's a bit moldy now, but this is, I think, Venice. I saw it in my head and I just painted it. I'm not that good, guys, at drawing. These are all just off the top of my head. Off the top of my head. Here, I did this with watercolors. I did that in 2 seconds. I saw a beach where I wanted to be, and I was just like, right, I'm going there. I'm going to draw it. If I can't go there in reality, I'm going to go there in my paintings and in my mind. So that's what I do. I always paint the places that I want to go to. I feel like heal the world sort of painting. I don't know if you can see that, like, heal. I'm not very good at drawing faces either. I'm really shit at drawing faces. Let me just see. This is my cottage one day that I'm going to have. I'm going to have my own cottage. This is my beach as well. I'm going to have a beach at one point in my life. I saw my grandfather and I thought, let me draw him. And so I just drew that, watercolors. I love waterfalls. I don't know why I drew that, but I was just wanting to draw a window. I have no idea. There's another one here. I just find something that you love to do. So let me just show you my raster. So one day, let me show you Diego. So one day, I had a dream and I saw him and he had massive angel wings. And I thought to myself, I'm going to draw him, but I couldn't do the face. So I drew him with angel wings and his locks and his little bandana here. Yes, I drew him. What else? So yeah, I always find something that I like to do. Oh my God, I did this in 3 minutes. Look at that. 3 minutes, yeah? You can see what it is, but it was like a 3-minute drawing, painting. It was nuts. I didn't even know I could do that. And sometimes when I draw, I'm like, wow, look what I just did. That is so cool. Oh, here's another 3-minute painting. That's not that great. Somewhere in China, I think. Not that great either. Tried to practice my lips and my eyes because I'm not very good at drawing lips and eyes. I kept on finding feathers everywhere. So I drew a feather. There was one time I did an astral travel and I was literally out in space and I had to paint it. So I did that. That one's not that great. Yeah, it wasn't that great. I literally I saw this in my dream and I was like, I'm drawing it. So I drew that. Again, I love my waterfalls. Remember when I told you that I had an affiliation to Egypt? I saw this in my dream one day. I actually traveled there. I don't even know where this is, but I got something about Egypt for me. I don't know. I can't. I think this is Italy or Portugal, somewhere around there. And then I drew that one as well. I painted that. I didn't know I could paint. Does feathers mean that your family are with you? Though feathers are usually given to you by your angels, your guardian angels, your guides. They usually send you feathers in the weirdest places. It's like, why is there a feather in my car? Egypt, all Egypt. So yes, I have a hard time remembering my dreams fully. How do you do that? So this is how I started to remember my dreams. I did a dream journal. So what happened was, I would start writing down all of the little things that I saw in my dream. So it could be a color, it could be a shape, it could be a number, it could be a person. And all of a sudden my dream started becoming vivid, and I didn't need to dream journal anymore because now I remember where I've traveled. So I had a dream about, I was arguing with somebody last night, a specific person in my family. I woke up at 3 o'clock in the morning to go and use the loo. I looked at my phone and my little brother sent me a picture back in the day of this person that I was arguing with. It's insane. Dream journaling is so good. Drawing is so good. Painting is so good. Arts and craft is so good. You get out of the left brain. Is it the right brain that's the creative one? The left brain is all analytical science and all of that stuff. Go into that brain, the creative part of your brain, and your psychic abilities, your mediumistic abilities will blow wide open. Wide open. When you go for a walk in a forest or the park, or go for a ride on your bike, or you're cleaning, or you're having long baths, or you're meditating, that is a form of meditation that connects you to the divine source. When you have a great idea and you're like, ooh, where did that come from? It came from heaven. If you have a recurring dream exactly every 7 years, what does that mean, honey? You're being told something and you need to take a note. When I have dreams, I realize that a couple of months later, I'm like, what? This just happened. This happened in my dream all those months ago. Why is it? It's because they're trying to tell you something. The first dream I ever had, remember, I was 4 and I still remember it like it was yesterday. I had a really powerful dream. I felt like I was Cleopatra in my past life. Love that. And you probably were, sweetheart. You definitely were in that time frame. How do you know if you have a blocked chakra? If you have headaches all the time and you can't see properly, your crown and your third eye is blocked. If you don't ever say what you mean and mean what you say, or you can't get out and you can't say the words that you want to say, and later on you go, I should have said that, your throat chakra is blocked. You could have, is it keloid? Not keloid, what's it called? You know when you've got that problem with the throat and your throat gets big. I can't remember what that's called. When the throat is massive and you got a problem with your throat, that is when your throat chakra is blocked. Thyroid, that's the one. Thank you, honey. Thyroid. When you have heart palpitations, or you have heart problems, or your chest hurts, your heart chakra is blocked. When you have a problem just underneath the breastbone and you feel like it's really tight or it's cramped or it doesn't feel right, there you go. You have your solar plexus is blocked. When underneath where the belly button is, that's your sacral chakra. If you're having belly problems, always going to the toilet, not digesting your food properly, you have a problem with conceiving, something with your ovaries, that is the problem with your sacral chakra. You got a problem there. You'd have to meditate. Your root chakra, where your private area, that's the red part of you, that's the root chakra. It means you're worrying about 3D things in the world, money, relationships, all the earthly things. That's what you're worried about. Then you'll have a problem with your base chakra. So when you have a problem with any of your chakras, you need to visualize white light from heaven. So when I visualize and meditate on my chakras, I visualize that the clouds are parting and there's a ball of white light that comes from heaven. And then I leave the white light. I just try to visualize white light on my crown, and it goes down to my third eye for a couple of minutes, and it goes to my throat, heart, and all the way down to my base chakra, and that is a cleansing. People don't understand that visualization is really important. Just because you're visualizing it in your third eye and in your mind, it doesn't mean it doesn't exist. People have a tendency to believe, I have to see it to believe it. And divine says, no, sweetheart, you have to believe it to see it. So you have to make sure that when you visualize things in your life, you have to see it first and then you create it. Divine says when you manifest, when you send out a prayer or a wish, what you're doing is you're planting a thought an emotion and the words into heaven. And the more that you focus on it and believe that you have it in the present, it will get heavier. It will descend down from heaven here into the physical world, and you will manifest it. The lighter was a thought. And then somebody said with words, I really would like to create something that will create fire. And you just click on the button. So the words have been added to the thought. And then you put emotions and feelings into it and go, oh, I can't remember. I'm going to light a cigarette with this device, and it's going to just click a button and it's going to make. So now you've put a thought out there. Then you've added words to it. And then you've added emotions into it. And now you've made it solid. That's how you pull what you want to you. It's got to be for the greatest good of yourself as well as other people. So when you manifest, make sure your heart, mind, body, soul, your words are in sync with the thing that you want. And say to the divine, thank you. Because thank you implies that you have it here and now. And then you pull it towards you even quicker. Some of you manifest and go, I really want the love, and I really want the health, and I really want the abundance. Really want implies that it's not here yet. So that means it's always going to be a day away from you. So when you manifest the things that you want, make sure that your heart, mind, body, and soul is in sync with that thing you want, like you already have it. If you have Netflix, please go and watch The Secret. It will tell you everything you need to know. The Secret on Netflix. You can get it any Prime, Amazon, wherever. Go on YouTube and go and watch The Secret. It will tell you everything that you need to know about law of attraction. The poor man becoming a billionaire. The sick man who had 4 weeks to live because he had stage 4 cancer. And for 4 weeks, the man just meditated and laughed and watched like Friends because he was just laughing. Laughing is joy juice. When you're laughing and you're happy, you are creating a liquid in your body that will make you heal. And you don't even know that you're doing it. Because you're laughing, you're just watching things that uplift you. You're uplifting your soul inside, and then it emanates out into the physical body, thus healing you from your ailment or your illness. I'm a firm believer on mind over matter. So yes, I've had 4 open heart surgeries, all 9 hours long. I should have died. But when I was 8 years old, my mum was like, you went on your bike and you started riding around the block. And I was freaking out because you just came back from serious surgery and you were getting on your bike and you were riding around the block with your brother. And I'm there thinking, oh my God, I got to get this child because she just had open heart surgery. Mind over matter. I didn't allow my ailment or my illness to define my physical body. Hell no. Thoughts can make you sick. Thought, the mental mind, can also heal you. That is how powerful you are. When I used to meditate one day, I went to sleep and I felt electricity wave in my spine. And honey, and I stopped meditating. You were so close to your Kundalini awakening. You can Google what that is if you don't know what it is. There's no way I could be dry. How? What about my contract? I don't know about that. Everybody needs to stop looking for answers. Answers will come when you least expect it. When someone says, I don't know why, you're unsatisfied with where you currently are. Be satisfied in this moment. And answers always come to you effortlessly when you and your energy is effortless. When you're not worrying or thinking too much or trying to figure out everything, that's when divine can get through you. They come through your crown, they come to your heart chakra, they'll put a thought in your head, you'll start thinking of things that isn't actually you. Divine is trying to communicate with you. That is how you get your answers. The only limitation is your mind. I will never get the answers that I need. I will never have what I want. limiting beliefs, self-defeating beliefs is so powerful that you can actually stop your blessings from coming through. So you send out a thought, a prayer, a blessing, wanting this blessing, but then your mind is going, no, it's not going to happen. When will it happen? It will never happen. Am I deserving of it? No. And that's why you block your blessings. You block the energy from coming to you. You just got to let things happen. Ebb and flow. It has to be so easy. This is how Divine put it to me before I go. If you are swimming in the tides of your emotions and in the tides of life, you're going to get tired and you're going to drown. But then Divine says to me, but if the waves are so high and uncontrollable, the best thing to do is let your body go limp in the waves, and then the waves will take you to where you need to go, and you didn't even need to swim or struggle. You just ebb and flow. Stop swimming in the tides of your life and your emotions, because you're going to get tired and you're going to drown. Just go with it. It doesn't matter what happens in your life, good or bad, whatever comes your way, just say, don't ever say to yourself, why is this happening to me? Why is this happening? Say, why is this happening for me? Why is this person in my life testing my patience? You're here as a teacher. So what am I learning from you? You're pissing me off right now and I want to wring your neck. But what am I going to learn from you today? Compassion, empathy, patience, kindness, understanding. You're not on a good energy frequency. So I'm going to give you a piece of my good energy. Someone's coming to you erratically, trying to wind you up. You go, you know what, hun? Sit down. Let's talk about it. You okay? You're going to rub off on that person and you're going to make them feel good. So ebb and flow with everything going on in your life. When someone is erratic in your life, and trust me, I'm still doing it now. I'm so impatient with my mother and my daughter. And sometimes I have to go, love and light, love and light, love and light. Love and light your ass, Anna. Love and light. I'm trying. I'm still trying. Yes, send me an email. I will never reach out to you for a reading. That is a scammer. I had a dream and I went to a new universe. Everything was mental. Everything is, our consciousness doesn't die. It cannot be destroyed, and it cannot be taken out. Your consciousness, your soul will survive way past the physical body. And then your consciousness will be born into another physical vessel to have another physical human experience if you chose it, if you choose to. I'm always being attacked in my dreams. Listen, sage, crystals, sleeping with crystals. I have crystals all over me. I wear crystals. I have crystals in my house. I have crystals under my pillow. Get yourself a lepidolite. A lepidolite crystal will help you sleep well, and a rose quartz. Cleanse your crystal by blowing on it, because you put your life force energy into your crystal, and just cleanse it with your energy. And you have a guardian angel, and you have loved ones on the other side. My ancestors, my loved ones, watch over to me tonight as I sleep. Protect me. You're worrying about something, and your worry is now going into your dream state. So you cannot, you're feeling anxious and anxiety, and you feel like you're trapped and you're not moving. You can't wake up. Sometimes the soul doesn't come back into the body straight away. So your physical body is, your eyes are open and you're being held in one place, and you're thinking, oh my God, I'm being suppressed by an evil entity. It just means that sometimes your soul hasn't caught up with your body. Have you ever fallen asleep and then you wake up and you have a jolt? You're like, oh my God. It's because your soul has just bang, come right into your body from floating away, doing something, doing their work, doing your work, whatever there. Have you written a book? No. But it's so funny because my guides told me I will. And I'm like, I don't know how to spell very well. I'm not very good at writing. Are you crazy? I can't. But when I say I can't, they always show me otherwise. They always show me otherwise. They always say to me, you're going to write a book. And it's so weird because I bought a vintage typewriter. And when I bought it, I was like, what am I going to do with this? I don't even know how to spell very well. What am I going to... And then my guides was like, because you're going to write a book one day. And I'm like, No. And they're like, well, we proved you wrong before, we're going to do it again. So I don't have a choice. I actually, my crystal necklace is from Stepping Stones in North Greenwich. And you can order it online, Stepping Stones, North Greenwich. And this is a hematite crystal. It protects your energy. It keeps away negative energy. Anyone that's ill wishing you goes right back to them. That sort of crystal. You can have loads of these, loads of crystals have loads of different energies, and crystals are from Mother Earth. Mother Earth is there to ground you. If you're feeling ungrounded, guys, boys and girls, if you're feeling like your energy is always floating everywhere, wear red underwear. Red underwear will pull you right back down to Mother Nature. So red underwear is good. Thank you so much, Tiffany. I love you, honey. You want to book a reading with me? Send me an email. What kind is your necklace? It is hematite necklace. It's the hematite necklace. Black crystals are very good to wear because it protects your energy. I have difficulty stepping out of my ego. It took me, 30 years? It took my open heart surgery for me to get out of my ego. Yeah, it takes work. You got to do it every day, little bit by bit. Don't be so hard on yourself either, okay, my love? Babes, we beauty. Do not be so damn hard on yourself. It takes time. It takes work. It takes patience. Don't be so hard on yourself. Hearing your name in your sleep. You're a clairaudit, Vonnie. You're a clairaudit like my daughter. She hears her name, Vonnie Tucker. You are a clairaudit. That means you have a psychic power of hearing. You can hear the other side. Don't be afraid of your abilities, guys. Meditate. When you pray, the problem with people when they meditate is that they don't ask for... You're always protected anyway. But you should always say, my angels protect me through my meditation. My loved ones protect me through my meditation. If you keep hearing your name being called out, you're a clairaudit. Listen. Listen to what Divine has to say to you. A 1 hour private reading is 80 Great British pounds, but I do a whole bunch of different types of readings. I hear my name during the day and children playing. You're a clairaudit. Amanda, you are a clairaudit, honey. 100%. Your psychic ability is hearing. It's a voice that yells your name. Vonnie, someone's trying to get your attention. That happened to my best friend. Her father was trying to wake her up. So what happened was, one of my clients was telling me, Anna, I keep hearing, it sounded like a really violent voice calling my name. And I was so scared. I thought it was something evil. And I realized that they tried to wake me up from my sleep because there was a fire that was just about to start in my other room. Do you see how our loved ones try to communicate and get our attention? If that voice didn't wake them up so violently and it sounded so scary, she would have never known that there was a fire in the other room. Listen. When your ears ring a lot, it means your angels are near you. They work on high vibrational frequencies. I used to get that all the time. I used to hear pinging in my ear all the time. And I knew it was my angels. And I said to my angels, can you stop the pinging in my ear? It's really annoying. And they stopped it. And then one day it was so quiet. I was like, can you come back? Come back. And then it went, beep. So I hear it all the time. Yes, the guides protect you for sure. Your angels, your ancestors, they protect you in every way, all the time. They're only here to protect us. But when it went silent and I told my guides to get rid of the ringing, I felt like I was on my own and I was like, I don't like it, come back. And then all of a sudden the ringing came back. So I do like the ringing. High vibrational pitch tones is your loved ones, your angels, especially your angels. And also when you hit a singing bowl, or when you do a tuning fork, negative entities don't like high-pitched tones. They hate it. They run away from it. That's why I have a singing bowl. I'm all of it. I can hear spirit. I can see them through my third eye. Sometimes I see them as a silhouette and I'm like, I don't like that. Just come to me in my third eye. And then they make me sense and feel all of those things. Bells, yes, as well. Empaths can pick up on everything and everyone. Empaths, so you know that friend who was crying 2 hours ago and then they call you on FaceTime and they're going, hey, you're right. And then you're like, were you crying? Empath, you can pick up. I see shadows too, hon. And I know it's my grandmother. I'm like, hi, Nan. I know it is. Because there's no evil. I don't feel any negative energy. It's always love, and they don't scare us. It's always pure love. Could you pray for California? We're supposed to hit by monsoon. I send out love, and you know how many angels are going to be surrounded by you, to you guys. There's going to be so many angels, and it's the archangels, and the archangels have they are more powerful than I shouldn't compare, but archangels are the most powerful ones. I have a video of my grandmother talking to me through one of my patients. So crazy. I love that. Hypnotherapy. Sometimes our loved ones can communicate through our loved ones. Itchy ears and third eye. Itchy ears, I feel like somebody's possibly talking about you or even trying to talk to you. And third eye, the awakening. So waking up, seeing things. I do dream interpretation. I do it for my mum all the time. When you say hi, smells, yes. You'll smell perfume, the cigarette that your grandfather used to smoke, and you're like, hi, Granddad. I do it all the time. Flying. I always have flying dreams. I'm so scared of heights, but even in my dreams, when I'm flying, I'm like freaking out because I'm scared of heights, but there's no need to be. How can I know if my wife is a psychic? We are all psychic. We all have psychic abilities. I don't care who you are. I don't care what religious beliefs you have. You're all psychic. When you go into a place, you can pick up a vibration. You know that somebody's just had an argument, or it's really dense in that, you know, it's a psychic ability. When you meet somebody and they feel off and there's something wrong about this person, psychic ability. You just know. Oh, I smell my dog who died 20 years ago. Oh. Meditation wakes everything up. I highly recommend meditation for sure. What does it mean when you're falling in your dreams? Your soul's coming back into your body, hun. You've done some traveling. I'm always smelling sage. Shaman. Got shamans attached to you. I dream of horrible wars. I used to dream the world ending when I was a little girl. I had a specific dream just before I go because I need to eat something. I used to dream that the moon cracked in the middle. And then all of a sudden the moon started swinging back and forth. And then all of a sudden the moon half would fall into the sea, creating a huge tsunami. And all I can see is a tsunami wave coming at me. I'm holding my mother and I'm holding my daughter on a white picket fence. And all of a sudden this wave of water comes over me and I literally can't breathe in my dream. And then all of a sudden I survive this tsunami, me and my mother and my daughter. And I'm like, what the fuck is that? Like the ending of the world. It's so crazy. But that represents intuitive emotions. Water represents the emotions. The moon is divine feminine. So my emotions, my intuitive abilities were all over the place during that time. It was so scary. It was so scary. I used to also have a dream and I had that dream when I was 8 and I'm 41 and I remember it so clearly. I also used to have a dream where I'm sitting on top of a roof and there is water everywhere. And I'm the only roof and I'm the only human being left in the world. And it was so scary. And it's just water in your dream represents emotions. Is the water dirty? It means your emotions are all over the place. You're worrying about something. It's muggy. Is the water clear, crystal clear? It means good things, blessings. Your emotions are good. You dream about a certain animal. People don't like dreaming about snakes. I saw a white snake in my dream. I realized that I'm shedding the old Anna and I'm giving birth to the new Anna. The shedding of the skin. I used to dream of running away from fire up a spiral staircase running away from things that you know that doesn't serve you anymore. Does everyone have an archangel? Because I asked for signs and I saw an angel with a sword. That's Archangel Michael. Everyone has a guardian angel, but the archangels are for everybody. There is a difference between angels and archangels. You've got the guardian angels and then you've got the archangels. Archangels can come in. Archangel Michael, I call him all the time. He's the one that takes evil demonic entities right back down where they belong. Archangel Raphael is the angel of healing. So you want healing or someone is ill, I call on Archangel Raphael. Archangel Raguel, is your children driving you insane? Is your children running amok in the house? Archangel Raguel is the angel of getting things in order and keeping children well behaved. So I say, Archangel Raguel, sort this child out because she's pissing me right off. And then out of nowhere, my daughter stops arguing with me and she's gone really quiet. And I'm like, thank you, Raguel. I love you. Thank you so much. It works, guys. Not a joke. It works. Anyway, I'm in the living room. My mother needs to come in here and sit. I will be doing some free as well as gifted tarot later on. I love you guys. Thank you for listening to me. If this thing will download, I will post it up on my YouTube channel. I will try and come on again doing more talks like this. I love you guys more than you know. I appreciate you. Thank you for taking the time out to listen to me. I hope I helped you in some way. I hope I answered some questions. If it resonated with your soul, you're a part of my soul tribe. I love you guys so much. I will see you later on, okay? Take care, guys. Bye.